Hello. Today I have an Acer, I think this is an XC-330 desktop computer. It's a pretty minimal desktop computer. It doesn't have a power supply built in. It uses an external power supply to deliver, I think, 65 watts. Yeah, 65 watts. The problem with this is when you plug in the power supply, I measured 19 volts, 19.4 volts. That's the power supply. Plug it in, and it doesn't work. And unplug it, and then measure here, and you get nothing. Or this goes into 0.8 volts, I think, some kind of safe mode. It basically trips the circuit breaker in the power supply. So there's a short on the motherboard. The power jack is here. This yellow boyo here goes straight onto the motherboard, and when you measure that, if I put my probe on the ground, we'll just go here on USB, and the power comes in here. Well, that's the ground, but there's the center power. We go to this MOSFET, and then on this side of the MOSFET we get a short to ground. So this resistor here. So on the power jack side of this MOSFET, there's no short to ground. On the power rail side, there is. So I'm going to take it out and see if I can find the cause of the short. This might be a job for voltage injection, probably. I'm guessing it probably will be, but I don't really know. But let's get this motherboard out. I'm going to take off this Wi-Fi card. It's got a little plastic clip that covers the antenna wires. Oh, nice. Okay, so that was screwed on. Alright, what else? We've got, I think this is a USB header, dual USB 2.0 header. Yep. Oh no, that's audio. Here's a USB 3.0 header. Hopefully this isn't stuck to the board. Come on, buddy. I hate those. We've got the SATA drive cable. I wonder if that drive... No, it doesn't need to come out. Power. No, that's not power. That's going to be external drive power, maybe? Yeah, that's going to the drive power cable. This yellow here, I think, is USB. Black is probably the front case header. So there's two SATA cables. I'm going to disconnect both. Tuck them up there. And then that drive power cable is fine. So I just need to get this USB cable off of here. I hate these. I've broken one before, just ripped it right off the motherboard. It didn't take the pins out, but it took the plastic connector off of the motherboard. It still worked, everything was fine, but it really scared me. I just don't like those connectors. They're too stiff, too rigid. Now it's coming. It's coming from the one side. Now let me get my clip on the other side. There we go. Hate these. Okay, so now I've just got some screws. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. It's always helpful to watch where the screw goes when you drop it. Okay, you're gonna come out easily. Yep. I'm just gonna move this case over to here. Okay, so the power jack is here. Goes to the other side of the board. Another bit of information. This happened after a power cut. The power went out, and when the power came back on, the computer turned on and worked for, the customer says it worked for another half an hour before stopping. I can see a bit of discoloration around here as well, so something happened. It almost looks like liquid damage, actually. So I see discoloration right there that looks like liquid damage. So this is ground, this is the positive power rail. Yeah, so there is a short to ground on that. What else is on this power rail? I mean, where does it go? So it comes from the other side here. These 8 dots are the via from the other side. So it comes down here. There's a big via there. Oh, I see. So it's basically two vias under the same strip. So there's a strip that matches that on the other side. So then it comes around this corner. There's this. Do we go over to here anywhere? No. So this. So there's a via here, which is for the HDMI port. It's right under that HDMI port. There sure are a lot of ground tracks on there. Where else? That's all HDMI. That's really weird. I think there's a problem here. What's on the other side of that? I'm going to have to inject power here to see what's what. I'm going to pop this RAM out so I don't wreck anything. And just to double check that that didn't change anything. Okay. I mean, I'm kind of at a loss here. I don't really understand where that power line goes, that power rail. But from everything from here over, I mean, it wouldn't be this shorting it out, would it? Because it's not shorted on this side, it's shorted on this side. One way I could find out would be to take that resistor out. I wonder what the resistance is through that resistor. 0.4 ohms, 0.3 ohms. That's what it's supposed to be. What's the resistance through this MOSFET? 293 kilo ohms, 300 kilo ohms? Sounds about right. So I don't think that MOSFET is the problem. I guess there's more. It's not the only place the power goes, is it? It's to that rail. So it goes, so after we come in, DC in 1. So nothing here is shorted to ground. This stuff is not shorted to ground. It looks like, so it comes in there, it also goes through here. That's almost a short to ground. Oh, it is. All right, I'm gonna inject some power. I guess probably 2 volts. Start there. Okay, 2 volts. It's taking a volt and it's dropping down. It's taking 2 amps. Something's getting warm here. Right. So if I put 2 amps in here, so that dried off first, that one there. That is a MOSFET. Those two dried off. Okay. 5 volts, 3 amps. Turn it on. It's taking 3 amps. Two and a half volt drop. Ooh, something hot up here. Ooh, jeez, that's hot. Right, let's go back to lower 2 volts. Alright. Wow. Okay. So something over here is getting very hot. I can't tell what it is. It's evaporating too fast. So it's one of these. Can't really see in that light, can you? It looks like that little black resistor. Might actually be that little white capacitor there. Try to touch the one next to it. Too small. I might try this little trick. I wonder if I can get some dried flux on there. If I could just get a tiny bit of flux onto the 2. Might go next door just for good measure. And see if any of those melt. Wow, you can see it boiling away. Look at that. So I think we've found the culprit. I wonder if I can take that off. I'm gonna disconnect my voltage injection. Maybe I'll turn it off here too. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna melt that memory module. I need to get out a little bit higher. Okay. So let that cool down. Don't see any melted plastic, that's good. Very hot still. Well, the short circuit is gone. So that capacitor took one for the team. I don't know what the value of it is supposed to be. Probably can't see anything on it. It's a slightly larger form factor. Did something happen to that? Did that leave part of itself behind? No. Okay. I mean, I don't think I even have anything that's that form factor. All the capacitors and things that I have are tiny. Nothing here. Okay. But I bet this works. I bet this computer is going to boot with that in there. So let's give it a try. Let me ground myself and pop the RAM in. Take my Captain tape off of there. Right, antenna wires. I'm gonna hold this in my hand while I do this since I'm grounded and there's no problem here. There we go. Nice. Now this little wire clippy holder, how does that work? Oh, I see. So it holds those down, it goes under there, there we go. Okay. Not seen one of those before. Okay, USB 3. USB. Front panel header. This is audio. Here's the front panel. Do I have it turned around? No. There we go. Let's see. SATA, data. What else? This antenna wire, I'll run it down there. Okay, I'll put the hard drive back in since I think we're going for it. Okay. This might be a little tricky. I need to hold it up from underneath. Nice. Sounds terrible. Okay. Power. Data. This connector here needs to be plugged into the motherboard for the power to get over to the drive. So what have I done? I removed the capacitor that was shorted, backed up the customer's data onto a thumb drive, we did it. That was it. I'll phone the customer and let them know. Thanks for watching.